And we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to Sir Friday Night Presents Monster of the Week over on Roll20. We're so excited to be playing Evil Hat Productions' acclaimed game. It's episode 5. We're coming back to a bit of the season after we've been going through stuff. But before we get into any of the things that happened previously or what's been going on, I'd love to introduce all these wonderful people gathered around the screen with me. Let's just go round robin like we have been. Let's say who you are, character you're playing, and this week's hypothetical question is if you were professionally surrounded by one aroma besides your natural smell, which you and everyone around you could also smell, what would it be? Basically, if you could have a signature cologne or perfume, if you like everywhere you went, like this was the thing that you smelled like and that permeated the space. People were like, oh, that person smells like that. And with that, we're all pondering. I'm gonna do a curveball. I'm gonna start with. No, I'm just gonna start with Shu. Shu, go for it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. There it is. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Oh. Shoes? Oh, interesting. You're live on my end, it says. Okay. No audio on. It's interesting. Let me pull up. It says that you're playing all of your audio. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
This
is terrible.
I was being sarcastic, but
how about
it's
now?
like
Did it all cut in?
because
Did everything sort of happen?
My natural voice is
there you. I think that
anyway.
that fixed it.
Okay.
I think that might have been my bad.
It's all right. You all didn't miss anything.
It's good.
My dog really wanted to be in on the stream. So Coraline, this is Coraline. Yeah, so my character is Beryl. Our pronouns are she, hers. Beryl is the professional. She's about 150 something years old, give or take, carry the 1, carry the 2, or whatever it is. She's been working for the agency for over 100 years now, and she actually created the internship program that the rest of the folks are in, though she did have to get demoted, or it was really more of like a horizontal move due to the fact that her previous partner died. But it wasn't really her fault so much as it was a thing that happened in the space that she was around, or at least that's what the paperwork says. Do you want everybody to introduce themselves, or do you want to talk about the smell?
Hit me with that smell. I gotta know now. We're gonna go around, we're gonna talk about it, and we'll keep going.
I want to smell like soup. Like I want to smell like delicious brothy soup at all times, because this means that I am surrounded, like I will smell delicious brothy soup. It could be any soup. It could be chicken soup, it could be minestrone, it could be chili, it could be winter melon soup.
I gotta ask though, Shu, the question is one aroma, so I think we gotta filter in. It's gotta be one particular soup.
Chicken soup. I want to smell chicken soup.
Oh, chicken soup. That's good.
Yeah.
What about your vegetarian friends?
Chicken smoop.
What about your vegan friends?
Sucks for them, but
yeah. Hey, smell. Hey, you ever been to a Jimmy John's? Smells are free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got those signs up everywhere.
Jimmy John's, out of all the sandwich places.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna say rose or something nice, but I want to smell like chicken soup. And no, this has nothing to do with the fact that I'm hungry. Okay, next person.
Heck yeah! All right, moving right along. Harrison, since you got a lot of opinions, let's hear them, man. Tell us about yourself, your character, and your answer.
Well, mainly food smell. Hi, everybody. I'm Harrison Happen. I play Glizzy Marshall. Both of our pronouns are he, him, his. Glizzy is a werebear. Turn into a bear. I'm also a history teacher slash football wrestling coach, And I guess for the smells, I would want to smell like something nice, easy, like the redwoods.
Hmm.
Maybe a nice sea breeze. Maybe not that. I don't want to be like too salty
Hmm.
for the smell. So I guess the redwoods were a nice field, a nice like
Mm.
prairie. That would be cool. Yeah,
I
fresh
think
air.
I think that's nice. Like no matter where you are, you bring like a breath of like real like woodlandsy
Yeah,
air in with
yeah.
you. That'd be pretty good. I think the same. My question that I have for Shu and like Harrison's like what happens with these smells in like different weather conditions. So like
In
if like
different.
so like if it's like hot out, do you smell like hot? That's like hot soup, like sort of like a permeating, or if it's like, you know what I mean? Like if it's swampy, like muggy, like
If it's hot, I smell like gazpacho, and if it's cold, I smell like chili.
okay, all right. I
I
mean,
smell like soup.
they
Take
smell
that,
like soup.
liquids.
Okay.
Well, so it would depend on like what the heat was because I
Well, I
think
don't know.
like
I
in a
think
tornado it
yeah.
would smell everywhere would smell like it.
Or is it just standard? Is it like, are you saying like it's just gonna be like it's like a pretty typical woodsy smell is like what you're
If
talking about?
I have a choice between a regular woodsy smell and a hot woodsy smell, I'm gonna go with the regular every single
Regular
time.
every day.
You know,
Hell
the
yeah.
hot woods
Yeah.
that sounds like it smells disgusting.
Hell yeah. Well, Harrison, I think I have a solution to your problem. We could actually just get you one of those like like those like air freshener tags, and you can like wear like a decal. I think that might
As a
like
suit, okay.
yeah, that
all
might
right.
be the vibe.
If this ever happens, yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
I'll use that.
I got you, man. Moving right along, let's go to Joan.
Hey, this is Joan. I'm playing Simone's Dream. She's like a senior in high school, and she has special powers as well.
Mm.
So my smell would be like a crisp $100 bill.
Ooh, like
I want it to smell
money.
expensive.
You just
Yeah.
anywhere you go, just smell like oof.
Like
What?
it's like a very distinct, subtle smell, but
Yeah,
like when you smell it, like I
fresh
don't know, you feel
money.
good.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of. Do you think that would allow you to like enter places because it's gonna fill the room, right? Like it permeates the space. Like even like you could get past bouncers or like people
Hmm.
who might like yeah, like oh no,
Yeah,
this person just
yeah, and
smells rich, dude. Like yeah.
I tip well,
Uh-huh.
there's just money flowing everywhere. It puts people in a good mood.
Hell yeah, I like that. That's a good answer. Moving right along, Ben, tell us about yourself.
What's up, everybody? Ben here. I'm playing a character named Jeff Choi, IT consultant. Both of us use he, him pronouns. What I would smell like. I can't say would because Harrison already said that. That's the actual, while we were talking about this, I Googled the cologne brand I used because I don't actually know what it is supposed to smell like. It just
Yeah.
smells good.
Yeah.
And it's a type of wood. So instead, I will say, if you ever walked into a cigar store, because I would choose that smell because that one is a good one also to weed out people who are like doing the face Erica makes, who I don't want to hang around anyways. You're not down with the nice oaken.
Yeah.
You want to smell like something that people are sometimes not allowed to do around other people because of the smell.
Yeah, that's what I want to smell like because then everyone knows I'm a bad boy. And I wish that I could advertise that to more people, that I'm a bad boy.
No, but correction, you wouldn't smell like secondhand smoke.
No,
You'd
I would
smell
smell
like wood and things that are that have imbibed that odor, right?
Like when, yeah, if you've ever been in like like a tobacco store or
Like a
like a
grandpa.
walk-in humidor.
like a
No, I don't want to
grandpa.
smell like a grandpa. If I wanted to smell like a grandpa, I would have gotten a grandpa scent, my friend. I'm talking about the
Yeah, that's
fine
right.
odors
That's
of a
right.
nice Hoyo de Monterrey cigar.
Ooh, hell yeah! I think that would be nice. I definitely agree with Erica. There, like people would be like, you can't be around my pregnant wife. Like you can't be here right now. But I think that sounds lame anyways. Like you've described, you already know what
Yeah,
you're eating.
no, I've already thought this through, and actually, this is what I smell like in real life. So
Perfect.
it's worked out fine for me so far.
Heck yeah. Moving along, Asra, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Esra. I play the character of Yasmin. Our pronouns are both she, her, hers. Yasmin is a high school senior, I think. Yeah, she's a high schooler. She's like she's got an attitude problem. She's got a dark side. She has powers too, but Did she get those powers, through a dark source? Probably. Yes, she did. Okay. I had an answer, but everyone else's answers is making me want to like change. I don't know. My first thought was like brown sugar vanilla as my scent, but now everyone did like food-based scents, and I really like the smell of coffee. But I don't know if I'd want to smell like coffee all the time, but I could smell coffee all day. Maybe I'll stick to my first answer, brown sugar vanilla. That's what I want to smell like.
Okay.
Harrison made a face. Should I have chosen coffee?
No, both of those answers sound great.
Yeah.
Sound better than soup.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Whoa. Why are we hating on soup, okay? She also picked a food scent, huh?
I gotta say, I had a roommate who smelled like soup once, and it was like awful.
Really?
And just now chiming in on this.
That's bad soup.
I'm just saying that it like smells like soup. You're like, someone cooked soup, and then it's like, that's a human, and you're like, oh, it's like organic scent from a human being. It's no good.
That's on that.
You know how it's like
person.
some people's BO, or like most people's BO, it smells like onions, and it's like the smell of onions is not necessarily bad. I don't mind it when I'm cooking, but if it's coming from a human being, ooh, get out, go take a shower.
Listen, cigar boy, bad boy, okay? I don't want to hear it.
Well, let's round it out. We got one more major one to get through. Erica, tell us about yourself and what your scent would be.
Thank you for calling me a major one. My name is Erica. I play Dolly. Our pronouns are she, her, hers. Dolly is a young woman who is seeking revenge for the murder of her whole family. And she's in this intern program. She's following every lead she can. And I think she's going to get justice for her family, but we'll see. We'll find out. And let's see, if I could do this insane thing where I smell like the same thing all the time, I would smell like
aggressively. It permeates the room. Like you aggressively smell
it
like
would
this.
permeate the room for sure. Yeah. I would want to smell like whoever is smelling me's mother, however they smelled. So then they would get like these soft, cozy feelings and feel like really comfortable and at ease around me.
Okay, so like,
what if you're making out with someone, Erica? No.
yeah. Whoever you'd like be like, if you were dating someone, you'd always smell like their mom. So they'd associate with you with their mom. So you'd probably end up with someone who has a mommy complex.
I don't see that as like a necessarily bad thing for someone to like care about and love their mom.
It's not bad.
No.
Why is that bad?
Okay, never mind.
Don't ruin this for her. That's great. I think that's awesome.
The problem would be if their mom smelled like soup.
Get a lot of soup hate tonight, guys.
Oh,
soup hate.
Well,
it's not even ramen you chose, or like some pho, like some. It's just chicken noodle. Like
ramen
Campbell's
could be a
noodle.
soup.
I
eat a lot
she
of
didn't
ramen.
say chicken noodle, which implies like that nice, with celery and carrots. You just said chicken soup. It could very well just be somebody threw a chicken in a pot with some water.
Okay, tobacco boy and redwood boy. I'm really hearing a lot.
No, hey, we're not.
I'm sorry. We get into the smell wars. This is
okay.
no good.
Well, hi, I'm Masood. I'm the GM of this group of idiots I so much love. I have so much love for. We're playing Sir Friday Night presents Monster of the Week. My pronouns are he, him. I'll be using an assortment of them for the characters of the game that we're playing in. And if I could have one scent to constantly smell like, I would... I think I want to smell like fresh pizza. I think fresh pizza is like the like fresh right out of the oven pizza, like where you just put a little like oregano on top, like ooh, it's like real, just like I think it's a good smell. I think it's a great smell.
Mamma mia.
Why? It was either that or fresh cut grass, because that's like one of my favorite smells. But I feel like I like it because it's not constant, and like I feel like if I was constantly smelling like fresh cut grass, that would be bad. I was like, what's a smell I love always, and I think probably wouldn't be terrible. Fresh pizza, man.
If that was the real life, every day I would get to say to you when you walk into a room, I go, "Mamma mia, Papa Pia, Basuda smell like a pizzeria."
Get out of here. And I would say yes, I do. Let's get us started. Let's get us started. And speaking of which, let's get us started with this episode. What happened last week? Who can tell me? Previously on.
We got sucked into a gem.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Choi bravely went ahead, searching for our coworker, Bartholomew Jeopardy, who is bovine, only to find that he had been butchered, cooked into a steak, and served at a dinner by a vampire named Jerry. Excuse me. At that time, Jeff threw a number of forks at his head. I'll let other people take it from here.
So we were all trapped within a ruby, it seems like. Everything was red. It explained a lot. There was actually like a carpet or rug that was like a little bit of a map. And every time you entered one door, it would kind of like show you that. Ben, for somehow, rolled extraordinarily well and ran all the way to find a creepy vampire know-it-all, kind of, one of those guys. And was talking to him.
Like, I've never called this person a vampire. You guys have called him a vampire this entire time, and I just want to go on record and say that, like,
You know,
He is notably pale.
He's notably pale. He's got blonde hair. He's got red eyes.
It's
giving me real like Lestat vibes. No offense. So, but yeah. And then we all did a little bit of battle, and we were talking with him, and Erica got her. I mean, she got a little hurt. She was fighting. It was kind of
Dolly wasn't in the jail. Yeah, what was going on?
Dolly was outside the ruby while everyone else was inside. And was it the same vampire that she fought out there, or was it a different one?
I'm not gonna give anything away. Like did you figure anything out?
She fought someone who was wearing a shirt and a vest underneath it.
Yeah.
Which is not the order I would put those items of clothes on, but that's what they did. Mm-hmm. And then they were very powerful, but they let her live.
Mm-hmm. They were also wearing a helmet the entire time, a black motorcycle helmet, you couldn't see their face at all. Yeah.
So we don't know who that was.
Yeah. But we eventually were fighting with Jerry, and he was trying to say a lot of stuff that Beryl wasn't buying about how the agency is bad and how they're all about keeping the timeline stagnant and similar, and that really goes against everything in her ethos / her entire identity and everything she stands for. So she rejected that real quick. And then he talked about some Mothman, and she was like, well, that's ridiculous. I've never heard of the Mothman. That's an urban myth, whatever. And I think at that point we got pulled out of the ruby.
Yes. So I'll say this. The fight that occurred was more so Jerry inviting you all to dinner, providing you a fresh, honestly, one of the freshest cuts of meat you could have ever possibly had.
A dinner of our friend, served to us Hannibal style.
Really wonderful plating presented to all of you. Grizz ate some. That was at least polite of him. And then, Ben, you threw... Jeff threw a knife at Jerry, cutting off his ear, and it grew back. But that did happen. And then he let you all go because, Joan, what was going on with Simone last episode?
So she was looking at a map that was found in the gemstone room, and I think it was like sucking like her energy, and I was getting really sick.
And so it was the rug, right? Like you guys had been transferred into it, and you figured out the rug itself was a map. And after picking it up, it no longer would be on the floor of the room that you were in. You were taking it with you, and every time it revealed more content to you, like you said, it took something of you. It required something to make the magic work. And this was also because you guys rolled a mixed success on the use of the magic, so it had a glitch. And I say you guys because you didn't perform this act of magic alone. You could combine your spooky, spectral, whatever you want to say, where your magic comes from, with Yasmin's. And through it, at least in this one, something occurred. Speaking of Yasmin, you found out some stuff a little bit too while you were at, or rather, I think everyone else found it out at the same time as you at this dinner. What was that?
Are you talking about when Jerry was like, something is coming and you've been feeling it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're talking? Yeah. So yeah, Yaz kind of got her powers. Wait, should I reveal this?
You know what? We can do it in
No.
episode. We can do it as like you're thinking
Okay.
back on it on this moment. We can play
Okay,
it out. But I think
So
that's
the
yeah.
the impending like something bad is coming
Yep.
was what Jerry revealed, and then Yasmin has been like feeling that, but she thought well, yeah, never mind.
Hell yeah.
She was feeling it too, basically.
No. I think it's great. And as the last thing I want to touch on before we got into this week's episode is the last thing we sort of discovered at the end. Dolly, you were doing some research into the agency. You snuck out while you and Simone were both in the infirmary away from Florence, and were able to make your way into Beryl's office. And we're going through some documents where you came across something regarding Beryl's former partner, George Montgomery.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I found out this suspicious little tidbit that the day of his death was also the same day of my parents' murder.
Location of the report seemed to also match where your home address, right? Like it was sort of tagged in the same geographical location as well. And with that,
Yeah.
I think this is the perfect time to sort of jump right back in. So, as we get back into this episode, we are doing a thing that Monster of the Week loves to do, is talk about what happens between sessions. It's been about a week. It's been actually like 3 weeks since the incident at the History Museum. And I would love to just get a feel from you all. What's the vibe been like over those 3 weeks? Have you guys been chatting much? Like, what's the communication been like? What have you all been doing? Harrison, I believe you're muted somehow. I see you talking, but
Teaching some history.
teaching some history. Heck yeah.
With your belly
Yeah,
button ring
coaching
in.
some wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the biggest piece of secret that we found out last week is that Gliz actually had a belly button ring that
Yeah.
Jeff
covered.
covered.
Jeff covered, yeah,
Mhm.
and said that he had a belly button ring, but it was actually mine.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I didn't want to
belly
embarrass
button.
him in front of his students.
Right.
yeah,
Because they'd been kind of roasting you a little bit.
yeah. No, they have. I mean, the belly button ring.
Yeah.
It just kind of helps me remember of the time when I was just homeless traveling through when I was a young werebear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of times sort of growing up along the rails, moving from one natural sort of natural forest preserve to the other.
Yeah.
And so, tell us a little bit about your history planning. What's been going on for your classwork, or what have you taken away from that experience?
So, for my history class, I've been trying to learn use some of the lessons that I've learned in my internship program with my history class. Most specifically, watching how Beryl coaches us through certain situations. I think that I could apply that to my own class. And something I remember from last episode, Beryl said something about there isn't a leader or something. What did you say, Beryl? This is a what is it, like a group decision? I love that what you said. What he's
A flat horizontal structure.
It's a flat horizontal structure. So I'm not sure if that works in my history class, but I'm trying it out. So there's no teacher. We're all here together. Flat horizontal structure. We're all learning together. Is what I'm gonna try.
I love that. So you're just practicing and like going over your lesson plans, thinking about sort of stuff, and you're
I'm learning more history too.
right, learning more
About,
history, particularly
about how jewels could capture you, and you could be stuck inside the jewels.
I mean, I think that's worthwhile doing some. Do you want to investigate a mystery? Do you want to like do some research into
Yeah,
like mineral? Yeah, go for it. Give me a
I
roll.
love to. Okay. Let's see here. Investigate a mystery.
It's a failure. It's okay.
Damn.
I mean, it's tough because there's a lot of bad information about crystals and jewels out there, and I think some of it's good about energy work and like manipulation of flow, but none of it was really what you were looking for in terms of trans-dimensional like portals. But you did learn some cool stuff about like garnet can do for you and like your general vibe throughout the day, and I mean that's worthwhile information.
Yeah.
But as you're going through your lesson plan, you're sort of covering some of the work, and you're getting together on your next sort of section talking about Chicago itself. You're getting to the portion where you're going over the schools, talking about, hey, some fun stuff, some history. And, well, I have a history like lesson plan that I think you might be interested in teaching, but I'd also love to hear from you if there's a specific thing about Chicago history that you'd like to teach your class.
I mean, my main specialty is Mesopotamia, so Chicago. I'm not exactly the
Do a lesson on the time the Dave Matthews Band emptied their septic tank.
That's a classic. That's always gonna be a fun one.
By the way, for viewers who don't know, one time the Dave Matthews Band tour bus was on a bridge that was in the floor of the bridge is grates.
Yeah, it's over the Chicago River, which runs like right through Lake City. Like
it's a beautiful river until that day because a boat that was like an architecture tour. It was like a sunny day.
Oh, they love the architecture tours.
Everyone's like standing on top of the boat, and the septic tank contents come through the grated, sieved septic tank's contents onto those people. Great day in Chicago history.
Oh, just truly one of the
Was
best.
that the lesson? Yeah, that's
No. That's not the lesson. That's not that. I think
okay.
you're talking about Mesopotamian history and like sort of the. I think you find it segue particularly looking into like burial rites and like examining how that affected the culture and moving forward what like cultures past like took from Mesopotamia about like how to treat the dead. And you get to Chicago history and you do a little digging and you're like going to talk about particularly how Lincoln Park, this massive stretch of natural land that runs along around Lake Michigan. It's actually bigger than Central Park by 1.5 like times. Fun fact. There's a portion of it as you're reading and looking into it that you are going to teach your class about how it used to be a graveyard. The city used to bury folks in Lincoln Park for a while until around I believe it was like in 1867 or 68. There's kind of a big issue with erosion, and Chicago ended up getting quite a bit of cholera going through its water supply, and they realized it was from the dead bodies that were there, so they moved them up further north. They actually moved them to Rosefield Cemetery and some Graceland Cemetery, some other ones sort of further up. One of the cemeteries that you point out, yeah, I think that's about all that you sort of that I'll reveal right now. Yeah, I think that's a good. You sort of do some research into this, and you're gonna present about it in class this upcoming week. Do you want to do? That's what I'll give you for free in terms of like your lesson plan. Is there anything you want to research like specifically about it that you want to like interesting notes or fun facts?
Fun facts about it.
Yeah.
Okay. No, well, let's do it.
Yeah, go for it. Give me a roll.
Give you a role of investigate a mystery.
Yeah, or just like read about. Yeah, just like you're investigating.
Okay.
And then
all right. Investigate a mystery. Am I by myself during
Yeah,
this time?
you're lesson planning, dude.
I'm lesson planning, so then I could turn into my werebear form, which gives me +1, right? Since I'm by myself.
How are you going to use your natural bear senses to help you better understand history? No. Like, I'll let you do it, dog. I'll yes and you. You just got to explain how we got from point A to point B. That's it.
Let's say this is that when I'm in my bear form, I'm at my most I'm at my most sharp. I'm aware of all of my senses. You know, not only could I read the history and see it, I could smell the history. I could taste the history.
Get out of here.
Something from the like you said, the tap water itself, and appreciate. Does that? Yeah.
You know what? I almost was there, Harrison. I almost was with you. I was like, oh, you know what? Let's say in a bear form, it's easier to enter like flow state, so you're like easier to do research. You know, like that whole thing. Nah. You went in and told me that you licked history, that you tasted history through a book.
Fine. Okay, fine.
Regular
wrestling coach solving a mystery.
Hey, it's a big success. Ask me a question.
Right.
Ask me what are the questions you want to know.
With that cemetery. With the cemeteries?
Yeah, if you want to know about like with investigative mystery, you get like a couple questions like out of them.
Oh, yeah.
If you want it to be about the cemetery, we can pull up what we think would be a corresponding question relating to it. Let me pull up your character sheet.
Yeah,
and we can do that. Well, I'm showing it to the audience at home. Let's get a mystery. So what happened here? What sort of creature is it? Where can it go? Where did it go? You could ask like, where did it go, or what is being concealed here? What was it going to do?
Oh yeah. So what is being concealed inside of the graveyard besides dead bodies?
I think as you're looking into this research, you're sort of looking at it. One of the things that was of note is a lot of this work was done hastily. It was kind of an emergency sort of problem that was happening, and the city itself obviously did what it could do and made a promise that they removed all the bodies. But you know, there's some ghost stores that like go in and they hype up like you don't know, there might be, this is a haunted park. Some people say.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. That's all I get? I can only ask one question?
Yeah, that was your one question. Dude, You got a question. Man. Think
Okay.
about it. You didn't. Right. You also take an experience from the first failure, because you earned an experience.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Take it. Enjoy it. Yeah. Hope you're closer to leveling up.
Just one more.
Just one more?
Fail one more time.
Don't worry. You'll get it. You'll get there,
Please
bud.
could have failed one more time.
And I think let's pick up from Gliz as he's doing his lesson plan for the week. And go to who wants to go next in terms of their Sunday before? I believe this is going to be from when we started. If you took 3 weeks off in between, we're coming up actually at the beginning of May. This is like May 1st. This is going to be the first Sunday right before. So Simone, like I think Harrison, Gliz's. This is like sort of the last lesson plan before finals for your class as you're sort of putting it together. I would love to jump to. Let's talk about Yasmin. I want to talk a little bit about this dream that you keep having, which is the time where it's like when you first got your powers, but slightly different. So tell me where it starts and where it's normal, and I'll tell you where it shifts.
Okay, so it starts.
Mhm.
Okay, it starts with Yaz running into the woods.
Mhm.
She's crying and feeling really lost and alone.
Mhm.
And then it starts to rain, and that I think where it starts to get different.
And you are running out into the woods, sort of crying as your tears are coming across, and we hear shouting from behind you as you're leaving, saying, "Fine, go. No one even wanted you here, anyways. If you leave now, don't even think about coming back." And we see Yaz run further and further away. As the wind picks up, you remember the rain. But as you're running along the path, it begins to shift from what you recall. The clearing you went to, the route you tripped on. Finally having that moment where you could feel everything laying on your back, looking up at the stars. You close your eyes as you did that day. And then when you open them, you are no longer in the woods. You reach down and touch, and it's not grass underneath you. You can't really tell. There's a thin layer of looks like water. It's like you're wet now, and you like stand up and you look down, and it is utterly dark. Somehow you can make out your reflection in this black and empty space standing below you, but that's it. And as you begin to walk in this space with nowhere else to go, as you feel compelled to along your dream, give me a read a bad situation roll.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah, haven't even launched the game, my bad.
Ooh, no.
I know. My bad. It's just a map.
I feel like she's gonna get like -2 on her roll no matter what, right?
Probably. That's what normally happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, read a bad situation. Right?
Read a bad situation. And for this one, you can use weird as your default modifier.
Okay.
So make success. Awesome. Hit me with your hold 1. I'll pull it up for the folks at home if they want to know what you sort of get on this. We'll go to Yasmin's character sheet and we go to read a bad situation. When you look around and read a bad situation, you usually roll plus sharp. On this one, you use plus weird because you're in a dream. And you can ask one of these. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's my biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims? So we can take, and then if you act on the answers, you get a +1 ongoing while the information is relevant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to ask, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
As you're walking along and sensing this place, you begin to walk forward and notice your reflection had stopped a few steps behind you. And as you turn around to look at it, standing below you, it begins to slide and slip, and almost as if it was rotating on an axis below its feet, it pops out of the water below and stands in front of you. It looks like you. essentially looks exactly like a reflection of you, except as you look at it, you can't help but notice that it has no pupils, no irises. Its eyes are just white.
Can I talk to it?
It's your dream. Do what you want to do.
Hello? Do
It
you
tilts
have a name?
It looks at you, tilts its head, following your movements as you get closer before it shifts and sort of tries to find its own name. No. Not needed.
Do you have a purpose?
All we are is purpose.
What is your purpose?
It raises its hands, and you watch as the water begins to rise around you. It reflecting on top, but as you move and look below, its inky darkness begins to climb past your knees, further up to your hips, past your neck, and then as it reaches past your eyes, you open and see nothingness. And then you wake up as you snap awake in your bed. It is the Sunday before class. You look outside and you see the clouds sort of moving across. It's been raining a little bit, but it's just gotten to the point where it's no longer cold. It is now 70 degrees in Chicago. It's just getting comfortable as that nice fresh air blows through the open window of this master suite. And while everything should feel nice and good, you can't help but think about the nothingness you felt in the dream. Moving right along, I'd love to go over to Simone. In the past 3 weeks, you have been, recovering quite a bit from this pretty intense task. You took 4 harm throughout this process, which, as we know, past 3 makes you unstable, and part of that was the fact that you just looked like you went through a really tough, illness. Like, you look drained and sort of lost of the usual vibrancy, and just it's so pale, having lost all your color. It takes a little bit for you to get back up. What do you tell your parents after when you eventually arrive back? Or what has the process been like? Yeah.
Yeah, so I've never lied to my parents before. So this is my first time, and I'm just like telling them I have like a weird stomach flu, and I'm just like holed up in my room, and I haven't let them in.
And you just on your phone, and the thing about the agency, it's not hard to get somebody to run in there and make some room, really make a noise really fast along while they're doing their work, because of the way that they have access to all these doors to different places. And so they leave you alone, but you're recovering quite a bit. What is it like for you in this space? Well, also let me pull up your character. No, we don't even need to look at your character sheet right now. So you're holed up, you're recovering. What are you thinking about? What has been occupying, Simone's mind?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel really uneasy about this whole magic business. It's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought, we're just going to kill these monsters and succeed, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not happening.
I think,
And my magic's not that great either. I'm disappointed by that.
I think that's the thing that like kind of sticks on you is like it's not what it seemed like it was gonna be. The notion of sort of it being, well, if I do this, then that'll happen. If I join, we're gonna fight some monsters, we're gonna win. Things are gonna progress along this sort of pathway. And as I think Simone is starting to realize, especially after last week, there is more going on than originally it seemed. And I think for Simone in particular, there's, unlike a lot of other things where, I mean, you, it's not to say that you didn't try, but you just were good at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you, when they asked folks to sprint the 100-meter in like 7th grade for like track walk-ons, you were in, not, you were like the second one. It just sort of happened, you know? Like, oh, I guess I'm good at running, right? Like, I'm doing good in French and like your classwork. It just happened, you know? Like, you paid attention, it sort of occurred. What is it about, is it, I feel like, to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong about this, but it feels like magic hasn't been playing by the rules from what you would expect.
Yeah, I agree with that because I
Yeah.
feel like at school I get straight A's, I
Mhm.
study, like
Mhm.
I'm passing everything.
Yeah.
But like with magic, you can't really win all the time and get what you want.
Mm. I like that. I think in, as you're sitting there in this space, that is, you're literally watching Florence do this procedure for you of going to the door leading to the infirmary, you know, moving their hand over it in a rapid pattern, and then opening it, and suddenly she's walking out of the, what would be your, the perspective of the walk-in closet of your bedroom into your room, to make it seem like you're walking on your floorboards, to give the creaking impression that you're around. With the door open, you shout a few words to make it seem like you're still in there when your parents come knock. It's present, and it feels effortless to Florence. Does Simone talk to him maybe at any point when they come back in?
Yeah, I want to know
Mm-hmm.
how are you doing this so easily?
Mm. Well, I have a medical degree and I went to school for many years, so it comes like removing your stitches and your sutures is not that hard, Simone, because I've had experience doing it. You're talking about my medical work, I imagine, correct?
No, I mean your magic skills.
Oh, oh no, that's entirely different. Um, Takes the tray off and sort of moves it aside. Um, Magic is, Simone, magic is your voice. And the tough thing is sometimes it takes you a while to find your voice. Um, you can't rush the process, though. I think the best thing you can do, at least with magic, is you know when you're right, when you're following your intuition, when it goes the right way and you're speaking from the heart. It, I don't know, over time you learn to listen to that more and more, and you'll find that it won't be as hard to draw on it.
Can you teach me anything?
Other than a couple practice tips, sure, Webby. But you're recovering, Simone. Right now, you should be relaxing and resting. And I don't know, is prom still a thing? Isn't that gonna be happening soon?
Yeah, it really is. And Coach E is chaperoning it.
Oh God, that sounds awful. It could have been worse. He could have been the DJ. Simone, just the magic thing will come, or it won't. I'm gonna be honest with you, it might not, but I think in the meantime, if you're trying to make it happen, um, forcing it might not be the best solution. You just have to listen.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay. Now, take your vitamins before going to bed, and I'll come lights out in 15 minutes. And then Florence gets up and walks you out. And I think you're good enough to go to school tomorrow, so this will be your last night here.
Okay.
Good night. They
Bye.
turn off the light and shut the door. And we're going to pull away from Simone, and I'd love to go to Jeff. Jeff, we going from one cousin to right to the other. What have you been up to in your 3 weeks? Like, what's been Jeff sort of doing in this time as we're catching back up to him?
Jeff's been spending a lot of time watching some great films, such as Dracula, Son of Dracula, Dracula Meets the Wolfman, Dracula 2000. Did I say Son of Dracula? Son of Dracula.
You did.
In addition to that, Jeff has been in a really long, drawn-out battle with his car insurance company, trying to get them to give him a nice payout on the car that was destroyed way back in the Prius that was destroyed way back in like episode 2 or 3. So I would like to make a manipulate someone roll to see if the insurance representative on the phone, or actually let's say he's at an office.
Yeah. You go into your...
This has been escalated to I'm coming in.
You go to your local county field agent, and they stand for it. Yeah, county field. And so you go and give me a roll. Give me a manipulate someone to get paid out on your.
He is trying for manipulate someone. I have to give them a reason and tell them what I want them to do.
Yeah.
So Jeff is in there and he's lying through his damn teeth, trying to say that that it was a hit and run, which it kind of was. And not that it was giant statues of the Wizard of Oz characters that destroyed his car, but in fact a rogue motorist who escaped into the night. And for that reason, he would like the insurance company to give him a payout so that he can buy a new car. And I roll.
Oh, it's a mixed success.
Yeah.
Let's hey, for the folks at home, let's pull up what does that mean. For a mixed success on a manipulate someone. I think this is our first successful manipulate someone also of the game, so kudos to you. On a normal person, this dude's going to be normal as hell. On a 7 to 9, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right then and there and show them you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you if you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. Okay. My guy, yeah, it seems like you are in a pretty terrible accident. Yeah, that's awful. Someone just...
Yeah, I was lucky to escape with my life.
Yeah, really. Do you have any medical issues continuing from there? Any lingering problems?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's terrible. And I'm sure it would be nice to get some comfort and ease of mind for your living situation.
I pay for this insurance every month.
And County Field appreciates your patronage. Hey, I'm just Mike from County Field. I'm really happy to support you on your project and getting this sort of taken care of. I think I could get this done for you, my dude. I really think I could get you settled out in a really nice way.
Great. Let's do that.
I just think I just wanted to double check something. This is it says here you work in information tech. You do IT work, right, my man?
Yeah, that's what IT stands for. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. See, that's great. There's like this weird thing. I'm like filling out this process right now, and I just have an issue getting it done. But I could definitely, if you could help me out. And he pulls you over and essentially describes the situation from Office Space. He wants you to create a system that steals a tiny percentage, like of a percentage from County Field based on all the transactions and put it in together. In order for you to get paid out, he's
sure.
basically
Mike from County Field.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If you came to my job,
yeah,
and you worked in my company and you needed tech support,
yeah,
I wouldn't ask you to sell me some insurance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm off the clock, my friend.
Oh.
But listen, fine. Here's what we're gonna do. What I do is tech support. I generally grant privileges for people to use different parts of loan software.
And you do it for what was this company here again?
I used to do it for Definite Rate. Now I was with Lupon most recently.
Yeah, and what I see here on Lupon is, well, look at that. You happen to represent County Field. It seems like you have permission and access privileges.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I will help you, Mike from County Field. I am going to create an untraceable program that takes a fraction of a cent from every transaction made at County Field and deposits it into an offshore account for you. So can you give me the settlement? I'll make it for you.
Oh, well, yeah. I'll put the paperwork through, but it might take a while for you to receive the payout. Maybe as long as it takes for me to get that program, I think that feels about right.
Playing hardball, Mike. All right, I'll get you the program tonight.
Wow. Okay. I actually can't get you paid out that fast because our system processing. It's gonna.
What's the
take
fastest you can do, Mike? From County Field?
Honestly probably like 2 weeks. It'd be like 2 weeks for payroll and everything to sort of situate it.
You mean 2 weeks from now, at the beginning of May?
Yeah.
Great.
Because this conversation is taking place 2 weeks before the beginning of May.
I know when the conversation's taking place, Mike.
Yeah, it's April 16th, exactly 2 weeks before the beginning of May.
I know, that's what day it is.
Right.
Why are you talking like this?
I'm just saying, man. You got any plans for 420?
No, I don't have any plans for 420.
I mean, it's legal in Illinois right now, man. It's crazy. Like no one's talking about it.
Let's get one thing clear. I'm going to commit a crime for you, but we're not friends. Mike from County Field. Let's make that crystal clear.
Okay. It's just
we're not buddy.
Okay. I mean, they put me in the commercials. I thought you'd recognize me. But it's like, hey, it's Mike from County Field. You know,
I don't watch TV. I'm a cable cutter. I only have streaming services, and I have an ad blocker on my computer.
Oh, you've been
because I'm an IT guy, Mike.
Okay, you've been watching Search Party. It's on HBO Max. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. But again, let me be clear. We're not friends.
I mean, if we're not friends, you're spending a lot of time in my office after the transaction ended.
In 2 weeks, I will email you the program.
Okay, cool. Well, just email me tonight, and I'll get you the money in 2 weeks. I just don't, you know what I mean?
Mike, you can't tell me you're not going to get me the settlement until I send you the thing. I'm not going to send you the thing until you get me it's got to be a simultaneous handoff.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you, dude. Thank you.
Right. I gotta go get my sleeveless denim vest dry cleaned. I'll see you later.
Thanks. I had a feeling I had looked at you and I was like, this dude's a bad boy. This dude's a bad boy.
What do I smell like?
Wait. It's like Old Spice. Is that what you're?
No, it's cigars. I'm out of here. Bye.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
2 weeks later, Jeff download.
Hey, dude! You see, what's it called? Mike from County Field calling you over at a bar in the Wicker Park. It's one of those fun ones called what's it called? Oh, insider trading. All the beer prices shift based on the supply and demand of like people who order them in the there's a real bar in Chicago that does this. It's obnoxious.
That sounds so bad.
It's yeah. But you see, this is Mike's favorite place. Yeah, dude, come on in. Welcome to Insider Trading, man. It's me, Mike from County Field.
I know, I'm Mike from County Field. I know who you are.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a USB drive here in this envelope.
Okay, dude.
Within, you'll find a program. Install it discreetly
Cool.
on a company computer.
Hell yeah.
And written inside the envelope is the account numbers.
Perfect. Do you want beer?
No, I don't want a beer.
Cool.
I have beer at home. I'm an adult. I bought it at a store and they didn't card me.
Oh, okay.
Where's my settlement?
I mean, I told you, it's like the system. Like you get paid out tomorrow, and it's a transfer. Like
Jeff gets in this dude's face.
Yeah.
Where's my settlement, Mike from County Field?
it's coming in at midnight. It like, dude, like he pulls out his laptop and like pulls like he I like did it and authorized it. It's all gonna transfer. I just thought, I mean, I needed the USB drive, but like there was I did my end. Like I pushed it through. I just thought we get some beers now. Like now we can be buds.
Mike, when I said that this is not a friendship, that did not mean just to the end of the transaction.
Dude, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, Jeff. But I'm about to come into a lot of money. I'm about to be making quite a bit of moolah. And so, my dude, we could chill. It might be good to be my friend.
Mike, shut up and listen to me. There are forces at play in this world that you don't have any idea about. Mike, do you know what a vampire is?
Yeah, like a vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy. It's a great film, dude. I don't know if you've
Exactly like a vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy.
seen it. Okay.
They're real. I don't have time to hang out with a red-shirted commercial actor, insurance salesman.
It's rude. I mean, like, what? Just because I wear a red shirt, they're gonna kill me off like in Star Trek?
Do you know how stressful it is to know that witches and werewolves are real?
Okay, dude, I get it. If you're like into cosplay and stuff, like you can just say that. Like this is like a real intense LARP you're doing right now. But like, cool. Live your life, Angel the Vampire Slayer or whatever.
Goodbye, Mike. Thanks for the settlement.
Bye, Jeff. My almost friend, he says as you're walking out the door.
Okay. Later, that I don't know if the settlement comes through. That's up to you, Masood.
No, it 100% comes through. You rolled a mixed success. Like the cause, the thing you wanted this program. You gave it to him. You built it.
That USB drive was a zipped file that was all. It was a torrent of every episode of The Simpsons, season 36. That kind of program doesn't exist. Jeff doesn't know how to do that.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So we pull away from Jeff. Dealing with it, you check your bank account at midnight to see you get your fat payout. Like you expected in this situation to like maybe get the cost of your car back. It's like double. You get like $50,000 transferred to your account.
You think a Prius costs $25,000? Okay. I'm kidding.
How much does a Prius cost? Is it like 30? It was like 25, 30?
I don't know.
Is it my average? Don't make me seem like I'm Jack Donaghy from like 30 Rock. Like I'm out of touch like with the
Yeah, man.
How much does a
Every-
banana cost?
Every real hardworking American knows the exact price of
Cost
a
of a
Prius,
Prius,
at
yeah.
any given time.
Oh yeah. So let's pull away from that and hop into I would like to I would like to go to Dolly. What's Dolly been doing these past 3 weeks?
Yeah. I think Dolly, she's pretty upset with what she's found out, but she's finally made a little progress on her little mystery. So it feels good. She's gotten a new lead, and that feels amazing. So she's going to go to the American Girl Cafe in Water Tower Place, and it's where she likes to go to celebrate things, but they don't really like her being around there because she kind of like creeps out the kids and stuff, but they have to seat her because she has a reservation. So that's where she goes.
I'm sorry, say the name of the restaurant one more time.
The American Girl Cafe.
Oh, it's the American Girl Cafe. Yeah. Oh, Dolly, you're back. You see Sally's working again in her outfit.
Hey, Sally. How's it going?
It's great. It's great. Do you want a coffee this time? Like, can I get you anything?
Yeah, no. It's a celebration. I think I'll have a piece of cake.
Oh, okay. What a purchase
wait.
for once.
Yeah. I wasn't sure because usually when the cakes come out, it's like for a big party and they cut it up and everything like that. Can you just get one slice or do you have to get the whole thing?
I mean, between you and me, just buy the whole thing and take it home. Like I can give you a slice, but I can't sell a pre-sliced cake, Dolly. You'd have to purchase the whole thing.
So I would have to get the whole thing.
You'd have to get the whole thing, yeah.
Okay. I'll have it, but I might just take my time and have the whole thing here.
Okay. Cool, Dolly. Cool. I'll tell. Yeah. What type of cake do you want?
Birthday cake.
Just birthday cake? Do you want? Okay, we'll go get you one of our birthday cakes. I've never
Thank
been to
you.
the American Girl Cafe. I don't know what this process is like. If do they have massive cakes while they're there? Like,
I think it's I think it's a fixed menu.
okay, perfect.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I know you can have wine there.
Oh, really?
They have wine
Well,
for the parents.
whatever you bring for Dolly, you have to bring a smaller version for her doll.
Oh yeah, I have a doll with
But
me.
isn't Dolly an actual doll? So like
I'm dressed like a doll, yeah, and that's why the kids are sad.
yeah, like a woman who like is dressed as a doll walks into the
That's
American
so
Doll Cafe.
scary. Can you imagine
And
if they
is
were
eating
like
a cake
child?
by themselves. Like, yeah.
Yes.
I think that maybe Dolly should make eye contact with the child while she's eating a cake.
Let's. Mommy, I don't think I like American Girl dolls anymore.
No, I'm not an American Girl doll. Well, I'm an American girl and I'm a doll. But I'm not an
Yeah.
American Girl doll.
No,
There's no
this-
story behind me. Well, there's a story behind me, but I don't think your mom would like it if I told you.
You see this mom is like pulling their like young daughter out of this place. She's like, "This is tainted now," and throws her doll on the floor as being pulled through the revolving door. Sally's like, "I had a feeling that this would happen." Dolly, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm celebrating.
It. Do you want any friends with you while you celebrate? I'm sorry, I pulled this up because we got it in our Zoom chat. We're looking at the menu from the American Girl Cafe. I gotta take this up. I don't know if I can keep it up, but yeah, you see Dolly. You see Sally comes up to you and asks,
You know where I go for seafood? The American Girl
Girl
Doll
Doll
Store
Cafe.
Cafe. They got the freshest.
That's a little
That's
place in
kind
Chicago.
of-
You've never heard of it.
Uh.
The American Girl Doll Cafe.
I'm I'm impressed. There's Belgian endive, radicchio, peppadew peppers, like dates.
Only the
Okay.
best for the dolls.
Only the best for the dolls. As you're eating truly a beautiful, magnificent birthday cake with very little fondant because that doesn't taste good. But a nice designed like 3-tier birthday cake with that says happy birthday Dolly. You cut out your little slice in front of you. After scaring with his child, Sally just asks, what are you celebrating, Dolly?
Oh, I got a lead on my parents' murder.
Oh,
It's been a cold case for like decades.
yeah.
It's big news.
It's truly all you talk about. Congratulations. You know what? That must be big news for you. I'm very excited. Well, is it good news? What'd you find out?
It's not a lot, but it's a connection. It's something to investigate. Okay. I found out a suspicious link. Well, I don't even know how much I can tell you, to be honest. Have you ever heard of the agency?
I know all about the agency. Okay?
Okay.
Look, there's only one agency out there that makes sure that we don't hear about what's happening, all right? They keep everything hush hush, keep the world and all us American citizens safe from the things that go bump at the night. But that's all propaganda, Dolly. Okay, it's all propaganda for the murders they commit in the name of freedom and honor. Okay, if you're worried about the CIA, I promise you, I got it. This is a safe place to talk.
Wow, your tinfoil hat is showing a little bit.
She adjusts her American Girl doll beret to cover the tinfoil hat underneath.
Well, color me intrigued. What do you know about the agency and the crimes they've committed?
Well, the CIA was behind everything, she starts going into the real rich history about the sorry if I'm going to ruin people's understanding of American history, but the number of democratic elections that the CIA sort of rigged and overturned that were in line with certain communist and or socialist agendas, sort of perpetuating this idea of Western capitalism. And Dolly goes, I actually, in college, I did my senior thesis sort of about the rise of the Cold War as a method of control for the general populace. And now that we live in like already a surveillance state, a constant panopticon watching us wherever we're going.
Dolly just slices off another piece of cake and slides it toward her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever hear more, let me know. This is my number.
They listen. She pulls out a notepad and writes it down. Like, here's my beeper. Hit me on the payphone and I'll reach back to you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you know if there's any payphones around?
No. I have a payphone. I can use it. Like, you just beat me and then I will go to a payphone.
On the pay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You like, yeah. Because if you when you beat me, put your phone number. Like, it should include in the beeper. Like, yeah.
Have you heard of Signal?
I'm sorry?
Signal, it's an app. It's all encrypted. We can say whatever we want on there.
That seems like what the CIA wants you to think. Okay.
Okay. Stick to the beepers.
Anyways, welcome to the American Girl Cafe, where we make your children's dreams a reality. Please come on in, have a good time, enjoy. I'll talk to you later, Dolly. And you see Sally walk away.
Jolly sits and slowly finishes her cake as the sun sets over the lake. It takes her the full day.
The
to
entire
finish the
day.
birthday cake.
I love it. As you, I think that's a good moment. I want to know what is going through her mind as she's thinking about the sort of discovery about finding this out. As I imagine that's all you're thinking about as you see Sally run around throughout the American Girl Cafe taking care of customers, and you're sitting there just eating your cake. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I guess it's interesting to her that there are people who know about the agency who mistrust it the way she's starting to.
Hey, investigate a mystery for me.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Okay, this was just gonna be a straight up or down whether you failed or not. Sally 1,000% thinks you're talking about the CIA, not the agency. She 100% is believing that the American government is what you were talking about when you mean the agency, and so she has zero actual understanding or awareness of what's going on in what you think the agency has.
But also Dolly doesn't understand that she thinks she's talking about the agency, so Dolly is kind of like taking
I think that's the investigative mystery, is like, does Dolly figure it out? And I think you might eventually get it. Yeah.
But either way,
yeah,
I think that it kind of like makes her feel more justified in her suspicion that it's not just her. There's like a whole anyone you meet on the street could be someone who doesn't believe in the agency, know.
And I think also, Dolly, you have your entire life seen the inefficiency of organizations, whether it was the police, whether it was, like other institutions throughout your existence. There has constantly, like your, what's called the bank, or when they were handling sort of your assets after the loss, the way the media handled the coverage of the actual loss, everything has so much ineptitude baked into it the more and more people are involved. And I think maybe that is what Dolly settles in on the notion of that there are more, how to say it, like, of course the agency is corrupt because everything is corrupt. There is always something that's trying to be hidden. There is always something that needs to be protected. HR is only there to prevent the company from being sued. You know what I mean? Like, just thinking about these sort of facts. And thinking about that, let's go to the person who's been the most bureaucratic, the individual who's honestly their spirit animal is an HR department. Let's talk about Beryl. What's going on with Beryl in this moment, in the week sort of following?
Beryl had the strangest conversation with Jenny, where she was like, hey, I heard this weird thing about the Mothman, but can you tell me more about it? And then it's like she couldn't hear anything Jenny said. It's almost like her brain just immediately shut off. And so what she heard was nothing. It's fine. And she was like, okay, great. There's nothing I have to worry about. But that night, she sleeps for the first time in over 100 years. Falls asleep. And that is when Dolly breaks into her office. And she wakes up and she's like, wow, I feel really refreshed. Gosh. Side effect of being at the agency: you no longer sleep and you no longer dream. Fun fact.
Beryl says to the air as there's no one around her in this moment, but I love it. I think this is a great, like, sort of as we pan in as you're in the space, because I imagine you audibly process when you're alone, like you're just sort of like narrate. I imagine that sort of, does that feel on point for Beryl? I don't want to make a character choice that doesn't feel in line.
It's Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
Especially if she's like a little disoriented, and Beryl definitely talks to herself, especially when she's like doing like paperwork. She's like, "Oh, that's where this stamp goes. This is a 1876/C4." Like, okay, this is how it goes. So she, of course, busies herself with a lot of paperwork because this last one is a doozy. All right? Not only did a superior officer get eaten technically on her watch, but also two of her interns kind of got hurt, and one had to spend more time in the infirmary, and the other one kind of just got a little slashed, and she had to file a different report for a belly button ring for possibly missing procedure. It is just, the stack of paper is this high, and she just whistles right through it. She's like, "Oh, no, that's fine. Oh yeah,
Perfect.
that's
I love this. Is good. Let me dig my head into the work that I need to do. Is Beryl thinking about what Jerry said at all?
Oh, absolutely not. They're absolutely not. Beryl has never thought of anything less in her life. She just puts that into, that's nonsense. Absolutely not. The agency that I've devoted my entire extended life to being not good? I don't think so. No. So she just stuffs that into a box that she doesn't open in her mind.
As you're going through and cutting through all this stuff, you hear a knock at your door.
Yes.
Opening up, you see, hope I'm not bothering you. Robert Langdon walks in. This is the highest ranking agent you know of. He is the direct underreport to the board, the folks who are on top, who run and make all the decisions for the agency. And Robert walks in and says, "Oh, Beryl, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Or if you're in the middle of work, I can come back at a different time."
No, not at all. There's no interruption at all, Robert, or Bob, if I may call you Bob.
No, I prefer Robert, but that's okay.
Robert, I can do.
Comes
Robert
in,
all day.
doesn't ask about the door, shuts it behind him, and takes a seat across from you. So, Beryl, how are you doing?
Good. Do you want me to move the paperwork out of the way? Or are you okay sitting on all the paperwork?
No. I'm good. It's fine. Honestly, I love the smell of it. I don't want to be away from it.
Me too. I just love the smell of fresh paperwork that just needs to be done.
Hey, I just wanted to check in on you. You know, look, you've done a lot for the agency. All right. I just want you to know that I'm aware of it. There are other people who see the work that you're doing. It's not being unnoticed. And frankly, it is truly awful what happened to Bartholomew. And it is...
Yes.
We're going to find this monster. Or we're going to see... We're going to get to the bottom of things.
Yes. The tragic loss of Bartholomew in I think it is described as a culinary death, is just very...
I see, subsection 74.
Yeah, exactly. I just had to do the paperwork.
No. Good on you. That's impressive, honestly. No, you can keep going. We're going to wait till they come back and we'll fix the overlays when they do. Ah! There it is. All right, keep going. Yeah. No, you're good. I'll do... Actually, I think this might be a good moment to say. You, Robert, turns to you and goes, I just thought we could talk a little bit about you and your time here at the organization, with the agency, and your future a little bit.
Oh yeah, of course, happy to discuss it. It's been a while since my last review. The whole death of my partner thing.
This won't be an official review. Don't worry about it. It's just
okay.
A conversation
between paperwork.
Yeah, don't
review. So
don't honestly. I'll take care of it. Let's just have a chat.
Okay.
And when we get back from break, we're going to talk a little bit about this conversation. So, hey, we are Stir Friday Night playing Monster of the Week here on Roll20. We'll be right back in about between 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go anywhere. See you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wait, is it this? Yeah, it's this.
we're back. Someone say something so I know that they can hear you, please.
Hello.
Yes, they can hear you. Good.
Hi.
I'm catching it
As
perfect.
long
And the captions are going. Everything's perfect. Hey, guys. We're Stir Friday Night. We're playing Monster of the Week here on Roll20, and brought to you by Evil Hat Production. We're very excited, and we're going to just get back into it. Right before break, Beryl was having a conversation with Robert Langdon, the most senior member of the agency, who, Lauren, that salty ginger, may have figured out where I got the name from. But, that's fine. We can just keep moving right along. And what's fun fact? I actually read Angels and Demons before I read The Da Vinci Code. I still think it's a better book. But that's just me. But yeah, so Robert sitting across from you in his... it's not like a flashy suit, but it is... I don't know how to describe it other than rich. Like, you can tell the material is you can tell the way that it hangs on him. Yeah.
Does it smell like $100?
Ooh, it smells like a yet to be discovered $1,000 bill. Like, this thing is wealth.
Yet to be discovered.
Yet to be discovered.
Okay.
Yeah, they got to go down in the bill mines to see if they can dig deep enough to find that one.
But he's sitting across from you, and last we left off, he says he wanted to talk about your history, and you see he goes, yes, Beryl, the tragedy that befell your team, honestly, I want you to know, was not your fault. It was the agencies. We failed in protecting you all and keeping you all safe, and that goes to me. If the agency fails, I fail. And so you may have been feeling that we've been taking it light on your squad, but we just really... We don't really do things differently around here, as you know. Things have kind of been standardized. We don't really break the mold. We've had all of time itself to understand the most efficient way of doing it, running our company, and with you, Beryl, it wasn't until you came along that anyone thought of how to properly improve our numbers, how properly to regain our workforce. The intern program, it made a lot of waves with its inception and has led to a lot of good. And I when we needed a new director, I hope you didn't think it was a demotion when we moved you across.
No, it's fine. Hezekiah, he was an exceptional intern. I remember. We trained them, and then he rose, and
Beryl.
Yeah.
Hezekiah sucks.
Okay. I didn't want to say
it's
it.
I appreciate it, but look, it's just us in the room. Hezekiah's a POS, all right, and frankly, if I had my way, I'm telling you, he would be out of here. But in the meantime, he's liked by the right people. He does his job well, and frankly, he's gonna have a great position in the agency, doing nothing but passing paperwork. And don't get me wrong, paperwork's important. But you, Beryl, you're out in the workforce. You're on the front lines. You're training new members of the agency to also be on the front lines. I just wanted you to know that we here at the agency see you and value you.
Wow. Thank you, Robert, not Bob. I appreciate that, because if I may be so candid with someone who is so far above my superior, I don't even know what to call him. I did not feel like I was being noticed. George and I, rest his soul, he was the best mentor, we could have asked for, a nation could have asked for. There's so few hunters that were really as devoted. And so when he died in a horrific bear related attack, you know, it was a real setback. It was a real setback. Yeah.
I know how much he meant to you. I know how much he mattered. George had an incredibly large heart, and his loss was felt immensely by everyone here at the agency.
Yes, yeah. He was the best mentor. You know, he was a great partner. We worked together for 50 years, and then, you know, won a couple bears, and no more George. Yeah, but I have moved forward and am looking forward to all the new things that the agency can do.
And I wanted to be clear, no one here at the agency blamed you for George's loss. No one here. It feels, I imagine, looking back on it now, very timely, the sort of way in which you moved from one side to where George's loss immediately led to, it would seem like, your career move. It really just changed on its own. But in the meantime, and he stands up, like, you're doing a heck of a good job with your interns. Come, you should talk to me after this class graduates. There are things in your future, Beryl.
I'd be thrilled to. I myself can also not wait until this class crosses, you know, the threshold, and I'm happy to talk to you. Just so I know, what time frame are you from?
Me? What time frame am I from?
Yes. If I had to find you, is there a specific time that I?
Oh no! Don't worry about it. I'll find you. I'm sure your
best.
schedule is very busy. I'll find a time that works best.
It's wide open. Anytime. Just anytime. Yeah. Anytime I'm not leading a bunch of interns.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait for them to matriculate. Also, can we talk about how weird that word is, matriculate? Its only purpose is to say to graduate. Anyways, just I was thinking about it. It's fine. Bye-bye. Walks out the door.
Bye. Wow. That was Robert. I guess I finally met Robert. I gotta tell Jenny about this. Oh, this is great. Oh, I'm gonna have to do the whole paperwork thing all over again. Okay, where was I? Dolly got slashed in the face. I'll just do this later. Okay.
So as you take away, I think we cut to the next day as we're going around through our schedules. I'd love to jump to Gliz's class. Where we see Simone and Yasmin sitting. Tell us about what's going on.
So I'm implementing my new style of teaching that I got from Beryl. Beryl, what is it again? It's just no
flat horizontal structure. Flat. Everybody's
horizontal structure. Everything is flat except for the earth. All of us, I'm not sitting in front of the classroom. We're all sitting together facing the board. We're all learning together. Now it's getting close to their finals, so it's like one of their final papers. And so I've assigned them from my research, compare ancient burial tombs in Egypt, compare them to burials in Chicago, famous cemeteries in Chicago. What are the differences between the two? How many dead bodies could fit in one before they had to move it? Any ancient lore that comes from that, and any ghosts or anything that comes from that, and
I love this. Yeah. And so as you're talking about burial rites and sort of discussing these sort of options, I think one of the assignments is, like you mentioned, going and looking at some of these cemeteries and sort of doing some investigative journalism, or like sort of trying to figure out and place yourself there, what it would look like. And so part of it, you have a list of like cemeteries that you've reached out to, that you sort of talk to, like, hey, I've got students in my school that would be interested in sort of like walking and learning a little bit more about your location and its history. And Yaz and Simone, as you're looking through that list, you see Gracefield Cemetery up there, the place that you guys had been doing your practice. Yeah, isn't that the real one? Am I naming?
No. That doesn't exist anywhere.
Thank
and
you.
We're not infringing on any copyright.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Gracefield Cemetery. Yeah, it's I will give you the street address for what I'm thinking of in Chicago.
No, I know what you're thinking.
You know, the massive one that runs along like Western. Yeah.
One with the deers and stuff.
Yeah, it's got a natural forest preserve right next to it. That's the one I was talking about, where, as you were doing your research, a lot of the bodies from Chicago were moved to when it was sort of moving the corpses. And you guys noticed on that it was one of the options on the list. You go there most of the time, anyways, after school to like do some practicing. So I think it's a no-brainer for you all that you guys sort of snatch that up as the place that you would like to do your report on. As the class ends and folks filter out, I'd love to do a little scene, or do you guys say anything to Gliz? What has it been like for you all as you're relating and engaging with folks? Like back together as a group. Simone's officially out of the hospital, is back at full health, hasn't missed a single bit of homework. Like 100% was on top of it, crushing it. But yeah, you're officially back in class in person. What is it like for you to be back in that space?
It feels good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Coach G has changed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like our relationship has changed. I don't think we're putting him down as much.
Mm.
So I feel like we're developing some sort of like professional like respect.
And how does
Gotta
that
respect the teachers.
Yeah. So this flat, equal structure that you're is situating. Yes. How does that come across?
Well, Yas thinks it's a way for Gliz to get out of doing as much work. But she was not going to say that because it feels like less work for her also.
Mm-hmm.
So she's enjoying it, I think.
Hell yeah.
Not that Yaz would be doing the work either way. So this way she just gets lectured less.
And so, Gliz, you assign the homework to your folks, to your class, and you watch them leave throughout the day. Do you guys say anything to him on your way out?
Thanks for the assignment, Mr. Marshall.
Yeah, make sure you go to those cemeteries by yourself, all right,
Yeah,
kid?
all right, you got it.
Right. Hopefully never see you again. Oh, you're still... Oh, hey, Simone. You're still here.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see me. No, I'm not. He's not bothering. Don't worry about him. I hate him. Once he
everything
turns...
you said.
Hey, wait, no, just get out of here. Get out of here.
All right.
He's
Serious.
gonna report you for
second,
bullying.
the second that he graduates, the second that he becomes an adult, I'm trying to kick some ass right here. Okay, I can't believe he's taken this. This is the second time he's taken this class. Anyway, are you both excited for your assignment? Are you both going to the same cemetery together, Graceland Cemetery?
Gracefield.
Do you need somebody to come?
Gracefield.
Gracefield, yeah. Do you need a chaperone or some sort? Maybe somebody to.
Maybe a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us a
Yeah,
ride.
right.
Yeah, I haven't driven my Toyota Tacoma in a while, so yeah, I think I think maybe, I mean, if it's okay with your parents, uh, Simone, is that all right? Do you need to ask Jeff at all?
Yeah, it'll be
Or do
fine.
you live with Jeff? Sorry, I haven't, I've never found this out about you. Like, I know you guys are related.
No, we don't live but together, but like I visit often and sometimes he comes over for dinner.
Yeah, well, that's good. Good. Yeah. I haven't seen him in a while, so that's why I'm wondering. Just some part of me thinks that he's making other friends, going out to bars or whatever. But nah, never mind. Anyway, what do I know? But yeah, you need me to tag along? I could drive you. When do you want to go? Anytime.
Should we just go now?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's the middle of sixth.
know what?
You have sixth period. You have like
Nah.
multiple classes throughout the rest of your day.
Yeah, oh, yeah, no. I meant to say anytime after class and not during wrestling rehearsal. So
Wrestling rehearsal.
that's the way that I'm. Yeah.
Wrestling
So
rehearsal.
wrestling rehearsals.
Wrestling
so
rehearsal.
besides that,
I
I've been
love
really
it.
getting into WWE. You know, Jeff and I, ever since we got those tickets to SmackDown. Now I've been calling it rehearsal now because did you know how much effort they go into before they do those
Yeah,
performances?
yeah.
Anyway,
I've seen Jeff do a lot of monologues. He
I've
loves the
seen
wrestling
him
monologues.
practice some of the moves actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Him and I should practice sometimes. He's probably. Nah, and enough about your cousin. Enough about your cousin. Let's say this. How about after school today? Let's go to the cemetery
After-
together.
After your wrestling rehearsal?
Yep.
We'll meet up? Okay.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
let's
8,
do it.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Meet me outside the gym. Got it?
Sounds good.
All right. Give me some. Yeah, Simone. Stop. No, you didn't.
Okay.
I'll see
Yeah.
you later.
All right, bye.
I'll do a high five. If you got I'll do it.
And he
Oh, my
goes back into his
class.
face.
This guy never leaves.
Oh god. You guys walk away. I'd love to take it. We pull out from the what's it called? Is it? I know what the high school, the real life high school is, and I'm trying to remember the name that I gave it. I'll check my notes. I think it was Old Breer High School is the name of the high school. As we pull away from Old Breer High School, I'll double check. Yes, that was it. Okay, cool. As that was actually going to bother me if I didn't figure that out. So as you pull away from Old Briar High School, we pull and look at particularly Jeff. What's Jeff doing on this day? You just got this settlement in. You've got your bank account is now flush in an extra $50K. What are you doing?
Exterior, day, Dodge dealership. Looking at the Chargers. Muscle car, baby.
I can tell you are a man who knows what he wants. Hi, Ryan Shields. Let's get you in a Dodge today.
All right, that sounds good, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm Jeff Choi.
Nice to meet you, Jeff.
What kind of punishment one of these things can take?
Ooh, well, you want to see? Why don't we give it a little test spin? Let me get behind the wheels of this thing. I'll just talk to my
Sure.
manager real fast. If you just want to wait here, I'll go get those keys and I'll be right
All right.
with you. Why don't you just take a moment and just gaze and appreciate all of the I don't know how much we can keep saying the name of this Dodge Obstacler. You know, it's really
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I said. I want
Yeah.
the obstacler.
You want the Obstacler? Yeah, absolutely. Get in on. Take a look at it. All the horsepower it's got.
Yeah,
I'm
here
to my
at-
manager.
I'm here at the Judge.
the Dodge.
dealership.
Yeah, the Dodge dealership for sure.
That's what you're saying the whole time.
Uh-huh. And so as you get into what's it called? This space as you're looking at the car, what are you looking specifically for? Why is Jeff Choi at this dealership?
Jeff is looking for a car that's got some muscle behind it,
Mhm.
but he's also looking for places to like mount spikes on the car.
Oh.
and titanium plating
Mhm.
and a friggin' nitrous thing. Because Jeff's big idea is to get a sweet ride
Yeah.
that'll be his awesome car that he uses to fight the forces of darkness with.
I think part of you went on this sort of kick where you were watching films about what you think are aliens and monsters and like vampires, and you got into the thing of what's it called, Into the Darkness, or it was the Chronicles of Riddick, where he's on the planet with the night creatures, and then that led you down to a thing of thinking about Vin Diesel. So then you started watching the Fast and the Furious films, and somehow there was a crossover in a fever dream, and you got this idea of a death car coming across, this idea of like a true like a maybe it was the Ghostbusters wagon, maybe it's the fact that the Scooby game has the mystery machine, but you're like, you know what our gang needs? A vehicle, a car.
Yeah, man. You ever seen one of those zombie movies where they have to like create a moving like RV with spikes on it and barbed wire? Same principle, except this one's a muscle car because that's sweet.
And you see Ryan comes in. Hey.
Hi.
So, you wanna? I was talking to my manager, and let's get you behind the wheel a little bit. Let's get you a bit of a ride. We'll take a look around. Get you to feel comfortable behind the wheel.
Comfortable behind any automatic wheel.
Oh,
Can't
okay,
drive-
good. So you
can't drive stick.
Can't drive stick. Honestly, in America, no one should need to. Am I right, brother? Let's get yourself behind the wheel.
Okay. Jeff gets in, adjusts the seat a bunch of times.
Yeah,
Feels pretty good.
It's a nice vehicle. You see real Italian leather covering the dashboard and the seats as well. You can actually see inside here. It's got a heated glove compartment in case you wanted to keep your gloves nice and toasty, or if you got your lunch on the go and you want to warm that up. Kind of keep it fresh.
I can do without that feature. Take it off the bill.
Okay, taking it off the. Well, we could talk numbers afterwards. I'm telling you just the options that are present. You got your 5 multi-point. He starts going through all the features as you begin to pull off the lot and make your way onto the street itself. And you guys are just going along in a typical sort of time as you're making your way along this dealership's along North Avenue. You sort of push along north, heading east till you hit LaSalle, and he's like, "Hey, you know what? Take a left. We got some time. It's a nice day out. The weather finally turned nice. It's the beginning to get May. Let's roll the windows down. Let's cruise on LSD, huh?
Let's do it." Jeff.
This is how you know. This is how you know Ryan is not from Chicago, because he calls Lakeshore Drive LSD. This is clearly someone from the suburbs who works in the city.
Which is great because so is Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff at a stoplight
Yeah.
gets on his Bluetooth enabled phone, connects to the car, starts playing Lakeshore Drive, that one-hit wonder from the 70s,
Oh.
as they start cruising.
I love this song. Hey, do you got a Sweet Caroline? We can put this on next. If you didn't guess, Ryan is white.
No, I don't think I have that one. Sorry.
Oh, it's a bummer, man. It's great track.
Yeah, I've
played
got
at all
this
the Cubs games.
I've got this Zune, and
The
that I use
Zune?
for my music.
Man, it sounds like it's about time you upgraded yourself on your technology. And let me tell you what, the
Ryan.
Obstacler is the perfect upgrade for you.
Jeff comes to takes the next off ramp and pulls over, puts the car in park, turns to Ryan, and says, "Ryan, do you understand that the forces of darkness are real?"
Hey, brother, let me tell
Do you
you.
have any idea what that means? Do you have any idea that it means
I
that
do.
the forces...
I do,
What?
and you know what? I had a feeling. I knew it. You're the type of man I want to come join me at my church. you know, we've been really looking for adding some diversity to our choir, and Jeff Choi, I think you've got. You're Lutheran, right? You're Lutheran for sure. I mean,
No,
as long
I'm
as
not.
you're not Catholic, we'll be fine.
Episcopalian.
Okay, hey, that's fine. That's not Catholic. Come on by, man. We're a real chill bunch. You know, we just got a little convent out in Naperville, not too far from here.
Ryan. Trying to convert a customer to your religion. I'm sure that's against your HR policies.
I don't know. It's a convert. No, get you onto our. I listen to your pipes on the drive. I just need you. I think you might be interested in joining. You know,
Ryan,
talking
Let
about
me-
the world of darkness and the reckoning, and I was like, wow, this is salvation talk right here.
Ryan, how much is this car?
Oh, this one, the one that we're in right now.
Yes.
Oh, well, with a heated glove compartment and everything, it's probably around before tax probably like 40, after tax 48.
Great. I have $50,000. I'm going to buy it right now if you never talk about me joining your rinky-dink church ever again.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying the amount of diversity you could bring to our show choir, it would be really you'd honestly, and you'd be such a hit. There's a lot of single ladies looking to meet an exotic fellow like yourself, man.
There's enough Koreans who are Christian. Just let me buy the car.
I mean, yeah, we have to go back to the dealership. Like, you're in the driver's seat. You just got to take us back there.
All right. I'm sorry we couldn't be friends.
It's okay, man. I mean, I make commission on the sale, so ultimately it's kind of like a win-win.
Great. How do I get back to the dealership?
Oh, it's actually super simple. If you just and he gives you some directions. And on the way back, as you're driving, Jeff, give me a read a bad situation roll.
Sure thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this tool is so easy to use on this website.
Oh man, thank goodness for Roll20. It's
Oh,
a failure.
never mind.
It's cool. As you're driving and you're making your way through, you don't see it until it is too late. If anything, I don't even think you could see it. As you're driving along the road, you don't notice it, but suddenly you feel a shift in the car. It's like a wind from the breeze of the lake sort of hit it, and it wobbles a little bit. And then the next thing you know, the music stops playing. Your Zune disconnects from the Bluetooth. It shifts. The radio shifts really fast. You see Ryan and looks at it as like, oh, that's weird. It shouldn't be doing that. You know what? This is probably a floor model. One of the proper cars that we got back of the dealership should be fine. And as you start to go, next thing you know, all the emergency lights on the actual dashboard begin to flash, and the wheels begin to shift and spin on their own. The brakes start acting up. All the electronics begin to move on their own, and before you know it, you can no longer steer or control this vehicle. As you are hurtling down Lakeshore Drive, going originally the speed limit, now no longer so. Ryan looks at you.
Now we're going 10 miles an hour.
No, I mean, I would say you're probably going like 80, like just
I
like speeding up. Like it's like, you know, you could slow down.
Ryan, listen to me now.
Yeah.
You ever seen a movie or read a book called Christine by Stephen King?
No.
I mean, it's called Christina by Stephen.
No, I think
King.
I know who Stephen King is. He's in the public domain enough that I think we can get away with it.
Okay. All right. Anyways, it's a book. Point is, killer car, my friend.
What?
Buckle your seatbelt.
Ah, no! I knew it. This was a demon car. Satan has possessed this vehicle.
You gotta stop that. I gotta focus.
What? You know what? I have my Bible with me. I will do. And as you try to gain control of the vehicle, what do you want to do in this moment? Do you want to? You can read another bad
What
situation.
what
Yeah.
part of Lakeshore Drive are we on?
You are heading southbound on Lakeshore Drive. You have just made it sort of past in my mind. You do you know where the Ulysses S. Grant sort of monument is on Lincoln Park? It's sort of near the North Avenue entrance, and it's in between North Avenue and Fullerton. On yeah. And so
Okay, well then this is gonna work.
yeah.
I want to act under pressure to drive this thing into the lake.
Yeah. So which side? There's the reservoir for the boats. That's on your east side. That's right there, and there's the actual lake. But the lake, there's a little bit of sand and beach in between. Along,
It's true. I would also have to cross into oncoming traffic,
Yeah.
and there's a median. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm going into the harbor.
You're gonna
where
try
the
and
boats are.
okay, go for it. Act under pressure. Try to take us into the lake. Oh, it's a success! You get behind the wheel as it starts creeping up faster and faster and faster, going over to 90 now. As you realize your foot's not even on the accelerator, you watch as it keeps pushing, and Ryan goes, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Please!"
And I
please,
say,
please.
"Don't take the Lord's name in vain."
Oh! And as you whip the wheel and it comes free in that exact moment from the electronic controls, as you hop the curb, hit the what's called guardrail to give yourself a little more oomph, and you go through the chain link fence as you land into the water. The car fizzles, it shocks, and you see it now. The wind, the shift, whatever it was, you and Ryan watch a, for lack of a better term, a being composed of energy lift itself out from the engine block. Pure lightning running across itself as it looks at you in what you would imagine to be its face, its silhouette of a bipedal, humanoid-looking individual, gazes and then shoots across the sky. You look over, Jeff, at Ryan, who sees it, looks at you, and then passes out.
I just walk away.
You're in a car that's sinking underwater. You walking away would involve you leaving Ryan to die. And I just
sorry.
No, it's cool. I just wanted you to know just like the options that are at play for you.
Yeah, it's still on the table.
Yeah.
Okay. Time to think fast.
Mhm.
I guess it's another act under pressure because I want to use my multi-tool, which Jeff always has on him, to and use the blunt end of it to crack a window.
Absolutely. Give me a roll.
Okay. This is the cool.
This might be a kick some ass, actually, because you're attacking the window just with the actual multi-tool.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, and there's pressure, so I got to be strong.
Yeah.
And it's a
mixed success. I think it takes you a little bit, and then you remember part of the thing about when cars submerge is you have to let the pressure equalize on the inside and outside before you can open it.
Why is everybody nodding like this is common?
It's like you haven't watched that episode of Mythbusters? Come on, dude.
Man, I don't think about bad stuff that could happen to me.
Yeah, but you see Ryan coming to. It's like you gotta let the pressure equalize before you open the door, otherwise we can't get out. And so you know in this moment that your only option is to let the car fully submerge before you break the glass. And once the water starts filling in after you crack it a little bit, you are able to unbuckle Ryan and get each other's doors open as you swim up to the surface.
Damn.
So do you want to call an Uber or should I?
Is that a joke, Ryan?
What?
Is that a joke?
No.
You being funny? We just had a near-death experience because of a Christine situation with an energy person.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I know you don't. That's why you bury your nose in that silly book.
You give me a manipulate. person roll to see whether you make Ryan lose his faith in God.
Yeah!
It's a 14!
Completely obliterate his faith in the Lord.
He takes a moment and sits there and processes, and it says, I have some thinking to do.
Yeah. You do that, Ryan. I'll come back another day, and I want you to sell me a Jar Obstacler.
Okay. I really could use the commission. And we pull away from you all standing in the middle of this reservoir for the boats that eventually feed out onto Lake Michigan. And I'd love to go to Dolly and Beryl. I believe, Dolly, you, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd imagine you'd like to know a little more about what's going on or what happened in the past. And you don't quite have enough information to push forward into your thoughts or inquisitive ideas about what really happened that night, or even have anything to really take to Detective Ken, until you know more. And the only person who really has or could potentially have answers for you is Beryl. So is it safe to assume that you try to set up a time to chat with Beryl, maybe a walk for the two of you?
Beryl, what's going on? What's happening in the past?
No, not much. Why are we meeting in the American Girl Cafe?
They told me I have to stop coming alone.
Oh, is this related to the you dressing as a doll thing?
Yeah, it's all the same thing, okay? Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to respect your traditions as a doll, and I want to make sure that I support you and you feel supported as an intern for the agency at the American Girl Cafe. Why is that one server looking at us so weird?
She's Sally. Look at you. Give the notion, like, mouth. Do you need help?
She works for the agency.
I had a feeling.
Okay then. So that's discomforting.
I just ordered 2 coffees. 2 coffees. We need 2 coffees.
Cream and sugar.
Not
Cream and
Do you take
sugar.
cream and Beryl, do you take cream and
I
sugar?
can hear both of you. Actually, you're not being very silent. And
Oh.
no, I drink my coffee black.
She begins to wipe down a desk because she can't whistle and makes that sound.
Yeah. Why are you guys why did you whisper to her?
Listen, Beryl, let's just get straight to the meeting. Okay, I know you're a woman who respects business and organizational structure.
Yes, I do.
I have an agenda. It's all in my head. I haven't printed it out for you, but to begin with, I want to come clean. I'm going to tell you that I broke into your office.
Oh.
Yeah. Is there anything in your office that you might not have wanted me to see?
No. I just sometimes people have given me the feedback that it's disconcerting to see a grown woman live in an empty box of space with nothing. So
okay. I've gotten a lot of it's disconcerting to see a grown woman dressed as a doll and come to the American Girl Cafe alone.
Speaking of which, I'm so sorry. Sally comes up to you guys and says, I've been asked for you to leave. The mom of the woman the little girl who you were talking to last week is back. I need to keep my job. We can chat later, but
sorry, you can just ask another person to leave a restaurant?
Yes, because my manager is watching me right now. So I do need to ask you to leave.
I'll speak to the mom.
Oh, okay.
Please don't. Just leave. Just please leave. Sally looks at you pleadingly in the eye.
Before you go,
Fine.
could I get a cinnamon bun sundae? It's warmed mini cinnamon rolls topped with cinnamon ice cream and house made caramel and whipped cream.
Oh, I bet you would love a warm cinnamon sweet bun roll. I bet you'd love nothing more than to get your grubby hands on it so you could
Hey,
listen
Sally!
in.
Sally, we'll leave.
I
We're
do.
leaving,
I love
okay?
cinnamon rolls. Everyone loves cinnamon rolls.
And so you guys walk out and begin to make your way through. You kind of walk up. It's a quiet day. You begin your way along the lakefront path a little bit and are walking through Lincoln Park now, sort of passing by a little bit of the zoo as you guys are sort of walking up through the space.
They don't really like me here either, but I guess we could go to the zoo cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the zoo cafe. Okay. Yes, sure. That's yeah.
But I wanted to get back to what you might not have wanted me to find out from your office.
There's nothing in my office. There's just paperwork.
Yeah, there's
my
some
office
interesting paperwork.
Yes. And again, I want to emphasize my office is also my living space. So you just broke into my home. You broke into my house.
Is that more of a violation?
Some might say yes.
Well, then consider yourself violated, okay? Because I broke in there and I read the papers.
I gotta
okay?
mute my.
Oh,
I read the papers. I know what's going on. I just want you
Oh.
to admit it.
Oh, what papers? I have the only thing in my house / office is paper. So you will have to specify. I have a lot of
There's
paper.
just a form with a very interesting date on it. And I think you know what I mean.
All forms have dates. It's supposed to be at the right hand corner. You know, in typing school, which your generation probably did not have to go to, but which my generation absolutely did. You know, you'd have to do you do your name, 2 spaces, or you do the date, and then you do 2 spaces, and then you do the address, 2 spaces, then you do the date. It's just the
When
whole
did
thing.
your partner die?
George? A very long time ago. Who could remember such a date specifically?
32 years ago.
Yes, that is quite specific. That is specific. Yep. That is
You're not going to budge at all. You're not going to
1989 was an incredible year. Yes. A lot of good things happened. A lot of bad things happened. The Berlin Wall fell down. That was particularly interesting.
Why does
The Berlin
everyone
Wall
have
was a
piece of
thing.
the Berlin Wall?
No.
Have you
just,
noticed that like everybody has a piece of it?
You know what's crazy? A zookeeper walks by. I honestly forget that was in 1989. I really think that like I feel like that's so long ago. Hi, by the way, I'm Mark. I hope you're having a good time at the Lincoln Park Zoo. Please let me know if you guys need anything. If you guys want to know, enjoy your time.
2 coffees?
There. You know, actually at the cafe you can help yourself. You know what's a great thing about the Lincoln Park Zoo? It's always free. I know. I just tell everyone everything's free. Obviously, you gotta get stuff. You gotta pay for stuff at the cafe, but free zoo. How nice.
That was nice.
Huh. You know, I honestly think I preferred Sally. I'm not gonna lie.
Farrell, how am I supposed to be an intern in your program when you're keeping important secrets from me?
There's no secret. Yes, my partner George Montgomery did die. It was a tragedy of epic proportions. You know, these days, an agency death is actually quite rare. Usually, they just go into retirement and then they die of old age or sadness or alcoholism, like most people. But in the past, I mean, hunters were going left and right. I mean, that's why I created the internship, so we could streamline a little bit more training and learning and process, and that way you could figure out where you belonged on the agency.
You know what is also rare? 2 murders in the same city on the same night, the same bizarre manner of death.
There was. Oh yes, George was dead, found dead with 1 or 2 other human victims. Yes, it's been a long time since I've read the report.
Why did you pick me for this internship?
I didn't pick you. You implied. I have no choice in it, actually. I'm no
You must
longer.
have had a lot of applications.
No, actually, not really. We are in a kind of a low flux of applications right now. Not as many people want to be hunters as they want to be on the TikToks. So, we're struggling a little bit for young people like yourself to be interested in monster hunting. Um, Maybe this would help. Why don't you tell me what you found? And that way, this feels slightly less antagonistic. Yes?
As Dolly, you think about that. You're thinking about her just saying, just, tell me. You were snooping around, you were trying to figure out, just reveal it on the idea that this might be the first actual lead in your family's murder. I want to jump to Simone, Yaz, and Glitz. You guys are in Gracefield Cemetery now. You sort of pulled up. And this is Glitz's first time in the space. Joan and Usra, what does it look like as Yaz and Simone sort of give him a tour?
Wow.
Whoa. Wow.
Here
So-
it is.
So is this the place where you two do magic? Oh. Wow. I think I could see some some headstones kind of cracked. Was that your doing?
Yeah, we were practicing our, charms. And...
Oh,
No.
come on. You don't need to be quiet. You don't need to be quiet around me. We're not in class right now. Remember this? We're actually technically you are kind of in class right now because you're doing an assignment, but let's treat this like an outside mission, Just pretend Miss B is here. And yeah, maybe if you want to teach me some magic, maybe I could help you out with your paper, maybe, if you wanted to do that. I'll take the silence as a maybe.
I
Let's
like
see your-
the academic integrity that is not present in Gliz as a teacher. I love it.
It's after class. It's after school.
That's after school.
Oh, the full moon out too?
I'm sorry, Joan, did I cut you off earlier?
I forgot what I was going to say, but I think it was something about your tone, Glizzy. You're
My
always
tone.
you're always in teaching mode.
Am I?
Hmm.
Well,
Take off your teacher hat and put on your friend bow tie.
Please.
Yeah, well, it's this weird thing. Whenever I'm in my human form, I'm always thinking about academia and wrestling and just
Oh.
when I'm in my bear form, I feel like I don't feel those pressures.
Do you want to turn into a bear right now?
Yes, please. The moon is out. I would love to turn into a bear. You are some of the only people who actually know what I look like. So hold on, let me just warm up here.
I love this. Is it because you can change at will? I think there's
Yes.
like a vibe that it's like, oh, dude, I just I want to take my shoes
Yeah.
off. Like the energy of I mean, I've been told of when you come home and take your bra off, right? Like the idea of
Yeah.
I'm home, I can relax and sort of
Yeah.
unwind. And so I think there's a level of being in this space where oh,
There he is.
there he is.
Oh god, that feels good. Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about again? This is a cool place.
You
What?
wanted
So-
us to,
Yeah, what was the assignment?
yeah.
Oh yeah, Simon Schmeiman. Yeah, whatever about that. Let's just explore this spooky place. I get some whiffs of some fresh grass. Oh man, this place is great. Nothing. You guys are sad. Do you need me to hide or something in order for you guys to let loose? I feel like I'm letting loose. Why don't you both of you let loose? What's wrong?
And as you two 18-year-olds hear your high school teacher in his late 30s keep trying to get you guys, hey, cut back, let loose, a little
Not
bit.
like that.
Of course not like
Not
that.
like that.
He's just trying to, he's clearly trying to be young and be youthful, and
Yeah.
it's weird. I think let's cut to another weird conversation as Dolly is chatting with Beryl. And Beryl just, the last thing that was said was, just say what you found, just say what you found out.
I found out that your partner and my parents started on the same day, and I don't think that's a coincidence.
Did you write anything about your parents on your application?
No, there wasn't a spot for it.
Okay. What did you write for wanting to be part of the agency again?
I just want to kick ass and kill demons.
Right. Yep. Well, that 7 words is a great essay. Just so you know, when I designed it, I've had former interns write me a very large book, one of which became a national bestseller. Actually,
Hey, you picked me.
I again did not pick anybody.
Okay,
I was assigned.
I think
so...
I think as you shout, "Hey, you picked me," we flash back to the time when Beryl and Dolly met. Beryl, you had been working on a mission tracking down a rogue vampire that had gotten loose along the west side. There was a word that he'd been moving through Humboldt Park into other sort of spaces, but Avondale, all the communities that he's sort of moving into, you couldn't really nail down. As you're trying to see where he is, this individual that you've been sort of tailing, you hear that he's been taking up spot at a local bar as being his sort of hunting grounds. And as you're there, heading towards there one evening, you arrive to see someone standing there above 2 corpses. 15 minutes earlier, Dolly, you had just stepped outside of this bar. You had a terrible day at work. You'd been really just another obnoxious day of your boss telling you how you didn't file a report in the manner that it was supposed to be done, and how that was then gonna yada 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 yada, and feeling how meaningless and stupid the bureaucracy was of your day, and whether or not your existence had any purpose at all. You step outside, and as you're walking home, you stop. The thing about the human brain is that the amygdala, the part of the brain that stores your fear and your memories and a lot of that sort of portions of your just emotional center, is right next to your olfactory bulb, where you process and deal with smells. That's why a lot of times senses, and like you smell something and it just it takes you back to a certain space or a certain moment.
Like the scent of one's mother?
Yes, or
the
rather
scent of soup?
the scent of one's, in this case, saliva as it feasts on blood. And as the sounds of it are too similar, the heat of this moment in terms of watching the steam right out of this person's neck, the way this individual gulps down the blood. Dolly, what stops you is not the sight in front of you, but how familiar it is. And suddenly you're not a late 20s individual trying to make it in the world of finance and dealing with S&P 500 corporations. You are a little girl trapped in a closet, hearing and listening and watching to monsters destroy your parents. Except this time you're not helpless. This time you aren't a little girl. And before you know it, you see the chair next to the dumpster with a cracked wooden leg, and then before you even realize it, you're walking up and you've broken a leg off of it, and as this monster begins to turn around and look at you, you stab it through its heart with this wooden stake as it falls down, gurgling, choking on not only its own blood but that of its victim. And Beryl, this is where you find Dolly. This is the moment that you see her. And so we cut back to reality where Dolly is shouting, "You found me."
Yes, I did. And I encouraged you to apply because I thought you had great potential. You know, not everybody, when confronted with a terrifying monster, would think to grab a chair leg and just stake him through the heart. You know, some people might try psychological terror. Some people might try to make a monster give up their faith in God. You don't know, right? Everyone is different. And you did something amazing. And I just thought, wow, we could really use that at the agency. And then you applied with a 7-word essay. And then you got in. And then Hezekiah must have put you on my team somehow. I don't know. Were your parents killed by monsters?
Yes. That's the only way to explain it. The police haven't been able to find anything. That there was a mishandling of all of the evidence. It just doesn't make sense for someone to come in and drain the blood from 2 adults and then just leave.
You know, I actually don't have a ton of details on George's death. I got to the scene a little bit too late. And you know, the weirdest thing, I was never allowed to look at any of his final things. You know, I didn't get to see a coroner's report. I don't even know if they did an autopsy, actually. It's the strangest thing. It's almost like my memory of that time is a little fuzzy.
And as you're thinking about this moment, Beryl, about the idea that things could have been kept from even you, that the agency, that Dolly in their rule breaking discovered something that you might have never found out, that maybe there is something here, that sometimes there is validity to certain conspiracy theories. As you're pondering the possibility of things being different in some way, I don't think you two notice as the ground beneath the gorillas exhibit begins to crack a little, and a hand, bony with decayed flesh, begins to pull its way up and through the dirt. I don't think you even realize as a torso of a rotting man begins to pull its way out through the earth as it's pulling up. So engrossed are you two in this conversation with one another. I don't think it's until it's the screams of Mike, the zookeeper, who you were making fun of earlier, begin to alert you that something's occurring inside the actual exhibit. We're going to cut to Simone, Yaz, and Gliz in the cemetery. As you guys are hanging out in Gracefield, you've been getting a tour of the space. They've walked you past some of their favorite mausoleums, some of the other spots, and particularly where they've been doing their practicing. It's a little tucked away corner right next to the forest preserve, so you have a little bit of space there away from some of the other resting sites of individuals. And as you're there, you watch as Simone is... how do you practice your magic? Simone, are you like shooting lightning bolts into the air? Or are you like, what is Yaz doing in this moment? Like, if there was a training montage taking place, what do we see for all 3 of you in this moment?
I have like my huge spell book, and I'm just like doing incantations and like throwing pebbles to see what kind of messages come up. So I haven't gotten to do the electrical, like earth magic yet. I feel like I'm trying to do it, but it's a little too advanced so far.
And I think this book that you were using as a spell book, you found particularly, I imagine you and Yaz went to the apothecary store near the Bryn Mawr Red Line stop. There's actually a few around there. If you're ever in Chicago, there's a few apothecaries in that area. But you go into one of them, and in it you come across this text that, for whatever reason, resonates with you a little bit more. And so you've been going through and sort of practicing it as you're trying to figure out what of these spells are real and what can you like will yourself to do. Yaz, what are you doing in this moment as you're in this space?
I think she's trying to like lift. She's trying to see if she can lift like rocks and pebbles and sticks up a couple inches, and it's not going super well.
Just like straight telekinesis, just like really like through sheer will lifting it. Use magic. Give me a use magic roll on that.
Okay.
And then we can decide how well it goes.
Use magic. Okay. Wait. Okay. If I had it forward somewhere else, do I put it here? No. Or a hold.
No. A hold
No?
would be for a question, unless you have like a hold one moving forward. That might be like if one of your holds is a +1 moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
But did you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm good. Okay.
Okay, you got an 8. It's a mixed success. Okay, so choose the effect. What you want to do? You want to do something beyond human limitations, I believe, or capabilities.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yes,
let's pull this up here. Character sheet and use magic. So effects. You're not trying to do harm. You want to do something that is beyond human limitations. Nice. I didn't realize you could just banish a spirit as a effective use magic. That is interesting. So you, as you're sitting there in this moment, and you, what is the one glitch that happens?
That it's of short duration.
I think that's the thing that you struggle with in this moment as you're casting. Is like you can get these objects up, and like it honestly, it doesn't even matter the size. It does matter a little bit the size of it, but truly, it's not the issue. It's almost like every time you cast your magic, it's short. You're only holding it up for like 10 seconds at a time. Even with the small rocks, like that's the only thing in which you can activate it and sort of let it be in that space. And Gliz, what is Gliz doing as the rest of them are sort of practicing?
Digging some holes and watching them.
Just watching the holes or watching the other people?
Watching them. I'm digging holes, like, because I try to use magic a little bit, didn't work, so I'm doing something I'm good at.
Just digging holes.
Watching.
Yeah, I think it's
holes.
Good with your paws, just getting in there, getting a lot of forearm work, and it's great because at this point you also your joints shift when you become in a bear form. You don't have to stand upright. You can kind of be on 4s and on 3s and be able to support yourself as you're just digging through the ground. And as you're going through it, I think we see a moment when all of you have a little bit of unawareness. Simone, as you're going through your books, trying to figure out how to read the leaves in terms of understanding future, divining, and doing divination, a decrepit hand begins to pull itself outside of a grave behind you. As it pulls itself up out of the air, you see from its grave a single moth begins to fly up and out as a body follows, pushing its way through the surface. Behind Yaz, as you are moving rocks and earth in the natural preserve, you see a tree begin to move as a skeletal arm begins to crawl its way out from inside of its roots, as another moth begins to fly out from its cavity as a body follows. And Gliz, you're just digging in the earth. You're digging as you're pushing your way through. And as you dig down, you push some dirt aside, and you see a horde of moths begin to fly out from the earth somehow. About like 10 or 11 of them, and you like push yourself. And then you're pulled under as hands grab you by the ankles and yank you through the hole. We're going to cut to Jeff. Couldn't get an Uber back with Ryan. Walking back home, wet, along the lakefront path.
Shoes squelching, my friend.
Shoes just squelching along the way as you hear screams erupt from Lincoln Park Zoo in front of you. And this is where we're going to end tonight's episode of Surf Friday Night with Monster of the Week. As we come back next week, we'll see what our gang gets up to. Being split as the party, they're going to encounter some ghouls and ghoulies and see if they survive.
Some yabba gabba ghouls, my friend.
Yeah, a whole yabba gabba ghouls.
Gabba.
A whole bunch of them. But before we get out of here, let's go around and do our outros. We're going to go in reverse order of how we did our introductions. So that means, Erica, we're going to start off with you. Just tell them who you are, where they can find you on the internet, and what you got going on in your life.
Yeah, my name is Erica. I've been playing Dolly. You can find me on the internet on Instagram at Bebica_says. And also on April 27th, I'll be doing some stand-up for Shtick Live on the Annoyances Twitch channel. So that's Twitch TV/Annoyance Theater. And it's at 7 Central.
Yeah.
That's an RE theater. It's not an ER.
Oh, yeah, a theatre.
Theatre. Wonderful. The 27th, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps the best way to keep track or up to date about the performance is to follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Look at that. Heck yeah. Moving right along. Asra, tell us about yourself, what you got going on, and where we can find you on the internet.
Hi, I'm Esra. You can find me on the internet on Instagram and Twitter at Kanye. That's KHANYE__West. I don't have much going on. I'm teaching yoga on Sunday, which you can take a class with me because it's done virtually. So you should do that. If you are like Shu and your body hurts when you move it, I can help you with that.
Very
That's me.
pointed, but also fair.
And
Everything
for
hurts.
that, is it the same as your?
Oh.
Is that the same Instagram account, or is that a different one? Or
A good point. No, it's not. I have a separate yoga Instagram account. It's called yog.asra, yogasra. So that's where I post where you can find me doing my stuff. Oh yeah, and there's my website that the Salty Ginger found. Wow.
Thank you, Lauren. Look at that. Awesome.
Amazing.
Moving right along, Ben, tell us about yourself, where folks can find you on the internet, and what you got going on.
Sorry, I got distracted trying to type in yogasura.com. Hi, Ben here. I've been playing Jeff Choi all night long and for the past 5 sessions. You can find me at Ben Cummings, Cumings, just one M in Cummings, on Twitter and Instagram. What have I got going on? I'm growing a mustache for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
We see.
I have a... Yeah, you like...
I do.
Like
I think it looks great,
You
man.
like what you see?
I
Okay.
do. I've been.
I
You
hate
literally,
it.
honestly, all of our pre-show chat is talking about mustache growth. It's
Yeah,
great.
that's right. Because I'm the only one that gets on time. Just kidding, Harrison. I see you, my prompt boy.
I'm the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're actually
oh.
Harrison's always first.
Anyways, you can check me out Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific, on twitch.tv/Crocodile Nasties, where me and my dear friend Kevin play video games. And last night we played Among Us, and it was very fun.
Yeah, you had some friends on, right?
That is correct. Number of people. So we had a good time, and then we'll be back Tuesday. But you'll just have to tune in to find out what game.
Ooh. And moving right along, we've got Joan. Tell us about yourself, where you are on the internet, and what you got going on in your life.
Hey everyone, follow me at Saint Joan on Instagram. I might go on a trip next month, so I might post something. So you guys just have to stay tuned.
Ooh. And we're gonna find out where, or is it all a mystery?
Yeah,
It's all a mystery because my persona is mystery.
Mhm.
So you guys, I will do those stories and they will disappear in 24 hours, but I might go somewhere in California.
Ooh, very nice. Moving right along, Harrison, tell us about yourself. Tell us about
Hi,
where we can
everybody.
find you on the internet and what you got going on, dude.
Cool. Hi, everybody. I'm Harrison. I played Glizzy Marshall. You can catch me on Instagram at Harrison is happening, or on Twitter, Harrison_happen, or on PSN at Monkey Mud. Play some Apex with me. It is cross-platform, so you could play it on your Switch. You could play it on your PlayStation, your computer, your Xbox, anything, your Linux computer. You could do it. Just please join me. I need help. I need help.
You're trying to get to that, what was it, platinum status? Is that it?
No, I'm platinum. I need to get to diamond. I need some teammates. Yeah. No. I have a good KD ratio too, so.
There you go. Actually, you should play it on Ben's stream. I wonder if you could, you might be able to do that, right? Cross-platform?
Yeah, cross-platform, you could do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Apex is free.
Yeah.
Apex is free. Yeah, and I'll carry. Or you
Well,
can
well, well, Ben tries to find a reason to lie about why you can't do that. Let's move right along to Shu. Tell us about yourself, where we can find you on the internet, and what you got going on in your life.
Everyone, I've been Shu. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at Hello There Shu. I have a stream on Mondays with the rest of the. We gotta find a better name than like Team Turnup or whatever. But our finale is nigh. Kids on Bikes. If you ever love Stranger Things, it is so much fun. They're such a great group of folks. Wednesdays, obviously, you can catch me with these lovely folks. I am around on the internet. My life is in flux because I'm moving, so everything is a box. I know that the rest of Stir Friday Night is convinced that this is some sort of long con, but it is true.
It is.
Am
Extended
my
bit,
house.
we call it in the biz.
But yeah, I also have a website, and if somebody could find it.
Do you not remember the domain? Is that what
I
you're
do.
supposed to
I'm
guess?
trying to get.
Yeah, what the hell?
Like, honestly, I
Website,
forgot.
to
I don't
again.
remember the password on it. I haven't paid.
I remember it. I know my own website.
Is it hellothereshoe.com?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's
Well, it
good.
wasn't a
That's
surprise.
actually good branding though.
It's in
If
your bio.
Yeah, if that's the only thing I knew.
Oh, damn it! You're right.
Yeah. It is in her bio. I didn't even use that.
No, Lord, you found a totally different other thing that I.
That's
Well,
okay.
because
good at
Lauren
this.
saw that it was in your bio, so they were like, "Oh, well, I must find something else."
There's more content. You know, there's more things that Shu's doing.
Amazing.
Reddington has been arrested. Oh, you wrote this. Never mind.
Yeah. That's a whole. That's a whole.
That was a comedic piece that I wrote it, but yes.
Hell
I
yeah.
got you, Lauren.
And up next, hey, it's me. I'm Masood. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Marudboy, MAHRUDUBOI. Yeah, and I'm here GMing with these wonderful, wonderful humans of Stir Friday Night on Wednesday nights. On Tuesdays, I play Generation Fantasy, a 5th edition homebrew game with my buddies from Indoor Recess over on the Dungeons & Dragons channel, sponsored by Roll20. And then on Sundays, I'm doing Rivals of Waterdeep with the wonderful people over at Rivals of Waterdeep. Currently, though, we're off. We're in between seasons. We'll be back May 16th with ya boy in the GM chair. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try and make you laugh. I'm gonna try and make you cry. And I'm gonna try and make you wonder, is capitalism the most effective economic means of growth for a model? I don't know. We'll discover it along the way. That's just me and my GMing style in a nutshell. But if you want to find more about myself, go over to my Instagram and Twitter at Marudeboy, and to get caught up on me and also what's going on with my cats. But that's about it. We're Stir Friday Night. We'll be back next Wednesday and see whether or not our gang can get the better of this ghastly. I was gonna find another G word, but I couldn't. In between ghouls, but I already used gang. But yeah, this ghastly gang of ghouls. But until then, we'll see you all on the internet. Be well. Bye-bye.
Bye.